Welcome, my friends. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dieter Van Schurer, and I'm the owner and manager of the Artelino company, artelino.com. Today, my friends, I take you into the mountains, into the high mountains. To be more specific, we are going to Nepal, the high Himalayas. What I want to do today is two things. I want to present you this wonderful woodblock print by Osamu Sugiyama, a Japanese artist and printmaker. And I want to tell you the story behind this image. Because you must know, Osamu Sugiyama is not just an excellent printmaker, he's also an excellent and experienced and adventurous mountaineer and hiker. And he has been all over the world. And then he takes photographs, and when he's at home, he turns these photographs and sketches into such wonderful woodblock prints. So now let's take a look what this image shows us. Well, let's start with this high mountain here. Well, this is Mount Lukla in the Annapurna region. We are in Nepal. And this is a small, something between village and town called Lukla. And this is a kind of a airport, yeah? And we see a small plane. It's a twin otter, a Canadian twin otter. And there we see a few guys, hikers, coming back from their Annapurna hike. And they are about to board this plane, which is ready for takeoff. And the place is called Lukla. What is so special about Lukla Airport? It's considered to be the most dangerous airport in the world. And I want to add the most crazy one. Well, it's located at an altitude of 2,860 meters in the mountains of Nepal. And it's one of these so-called stall airstrips. Stall, S-T-O-L, stands for short takeoff and landing. You must know the runway has only 500 meters. It has a 12% grade, and at the end of the runway, it has a 700-meter precipitation into the valley. Until 2001, it was not even paved. It was just a grass strip. And such stall landing and takeoff strips can only be used by very robust planes, of course. There are basically two kinds of planes. One is the Canadian Twin Otter, you see it here, and the other one is the German D-228 plane. And my friends, now imagine, well, this is these stall places. They are the starting point and the return point for all these hikers. Yeah, and these hikers here, they go into the Annapurna region. And imagine, in spite of the fact that this is just more or less a primitive airfield, it's extremely busy. It has up to 500 takeoffs and landings per day, and all these stall places, it's by far the most busy one. But before I continue, let's take a video that shows you the approach, the landing approach, and you will realize how crazy it is. Well, my friends, you've seen the film, you have seen the approach to Lukla Airport, and I think now you can understand well why this can be very dangerous. And indeed, accidents happen nearly every year. And not just accidents, but deadly accidents. There was one in 2008 when 18 people died, among them 13 German hikers from a tour operator. Well, their plane approached under bad weather condition, foggy weather condition, approached the runway too low and crashed against the hill. Well, this is not just one danger. Another huge problem is under bad weather conditions, no flights can take place at Lukla, not out from Lukla, not into Lukla. And then you can imagine, okay, no flights for 2 or 3 weeks, yeah? The hikers come back from the Annapurna region and more hundreds accumulate. I was there in the 1970s and 1980s, small village just, yeah? Terrible scenes. There were people sick of high altitude sickness, and there were several cases they died because they could not be flown out. And another dramas about fights about getting on such a plane when the last plane went out or the first plane came in after a waiting period of 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, a crazy airport, believe me. You've heard the story of Lukla Airport. But now let's take a look at the artist who made this wonderful woodblock print. His name, Osamu Sugiyama. Well, you see him here at work. I've known Osamu for roughly 20 years. He's a fantastic artist, a fantastic mountaineer and hiker in the mountains, much better than me. I could never keep up with him. And he does everything by hand. This is all handmade. He uses only old traditional tools. He carves himself, he prints himself, and my friends, he consigns directly to Artelino, to our auctions. And I'm so proud about, well, that. And now we come to the end. This print, this lovely Lukla design, we have it in the current auction, and you can bid on it. Today is June 12, Saturday, June 12, and our auction always ends at Sunday, 8 p.m., our local time, which is CET, Central European Time. And we are sorry, you guys in the US, we're always ahead of you. We're always ahead of you. 6 hours ahead of you guys in New York, Boston, or Philadelphia, and 9 hours ahead of you guys in California. So you have the chance of bidding on this print. Well, for now, thanks for watching. And of course, I would be pleased to see you in our next video. And until then, please remain safe. Goodbye.